schools encouraging the lateral thinking of the students. So to understand this concept better, you need to know what is lateral thinking. I just give you an example. It's a different way of thinking. For example, if I ask you that, suppose there are 12 students in a classroom where 7 of them are boys and 5 of them are girls. And there is a box of chocolates, 12 chocolates. You are asked to distribute these chocolates equally among all the 12 students. It should be an equal distribution. So what is the possibility that there is one chocolate left in the box? So you can pause the video and you can think about it, and you can come over with a wide number of solutions. All the students, despite boys and the girls, everybody takes one chocolate each. The last student who's supposed to take the chocolate takes the box along with the chocolate. There is chocolate and the box, he takes it together. That means one chocolate will remain in the box. That is the possibility. So if you are able to guess this answer, that your way of thinking is in the lateral way. So lateral way of thinking is like thinking out of the box. We should know to unlearn so many things that we have learned in the schools. We learn in the school towards the one direction of thought process, and I don't think that anybody would encourage you to think in a different manner. Suppose you are a teacher, you are teaching something in the class, and you notice a student he's not concentrating in your class, but his attention is diverted to something else. He's looking outside through the window, and he is in his own world. How would you deal with such type of a scenario? If you are a very tough teacher, as how everybody praises that strict teacher, that strictness, you ask them to concentrate. You call out his name loudly and you'll ask them to concentrate in the class. This is a warning to you, and I'm doing a lesson. You are not concentrating on the lesson, so I want you have to listen to what I say. You are not supposed to look outside. I know what you are thinking about. No. This is one way that some of the teachers handle the students. Actually, let's analyze the situation. Do you really think that the student is not concentrating in the lesson, and that's why his thoughts are diverted? It may be, but there are possibilities that it might not be also. For example, think that the student is interested in your, concentrated in your lecture, and he's so interested to listen some facts from you. Suppose you are teaching about the universe, and you are telling that all the planets came from the fireball. It was scattered here and there, and all the scattered particles or stones or masses started to revolve around the fireball, what we call it as the sun, and the rest of them called as planets. This is how we teach to the smaller grade students, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I taught physics, and this is how I taught. So normally a student was thinking, and he came out with an interesting question to me when I asked him what he was dreaming about when explanation was going on. He asked me, so if that was the case, why every planet should have a round shape? Why it should be in particular it should be round, and it is because it is randomly scattered, the shape should be some irregular shapes, and why we don't find it in the case of planets? This question is something that has to be appreciated, because that way of thinking that we have not thought about it. So this question happens only if the student has he has thoughts, and then he has spoken to us in that way. Okay, so this is what we call it as the lateral thinking out of the box. We are not confined to one particular thought. There is no boundary for the thought process. There is no boundary. We can think whatever we want to think, and we can come up with a solution. The main thing why the teachers don't allow this to happen is the myth that they believe that every particular problem has only one solution, which actually is wrong. Every problem has different solutions. There are a wide range of solutions for each and every problem. It's not one solution, it is a wide range of solutions. And you can figure out what the solutions are by changing the way that you're thinking about. The teacher, or you, if you are the teacher, you cannot expect the students to think the way that you want them to think. That is not the development of thought process that you train in them. The development of that thought process that you train in them should be somewhat innovative, and it should be somewhat inspiring, and that is what you wanted to promote among your kids. You cannot instill to them what you have learned and what the way that you have thought, the same thing that a student has to think likewise and come up. No, thoughts are unlimited and the student is free to think of his own, and he or she has the right to come up with a wide range of solutions to whatever the problem is, to analyze the scenario, and that's what the real education should be.